Oh man. Welcome to the Den. I'm glad that you could join this evening. If you're not familiar, the Den is the best conversation on the internet. Female pimp, that sounds about right. You probably are about that old. So I'm actually sad because, well, you haven't learned anything since then. So, the reason why this is the best conversation on the internet is because of you wonderful people. I appreciate each and every one of you for joining this evening. We're going to have a very interesting conversation, but I have to shout out to Culture. This is like my favorite part. Like, y'all don't understand. Y'all don't understand. Like, y'all think I be bullshit when I say this. It's like my favorite part of the day now. It's like the part where I get to be the laziest and just let things take their course. First, God damn it, I forgot to adjust that. I figure I'll do the last part, man. It's all good. Welcome to the Den. I'm Ed Honcho. You can catch my social medias on Instagram and Twitter, Ed Honcho HDX. Man, like the video, let YouTube know you enjoy the content. If you are new, hit that subscribe button. We go live every night at 10 p.m. Central, Monday through Friday at 1 p.m. You can find Den Show Love on all the major social media platforms. If you want to send an email, you can send it to denshowlive@gmail.com. Yeah, should be very interesting tonight. Den Show Podcast. If you can't watch, listen. I upload these streams to the podcast, the audio. Go to the Den Show shop. You want to get some of that lovely Den Show merch. You don't have to worry about T.I. telling you not to wear it. 833-284-3336. You can call the Den line anytime. If you got something you want to share, even if we're not live, just want to call. If not, leave a voicemail. You can send a text message. You can send picture messages if you have a meme, news, some type of screenshot you want to share, whatever it is, feel free to do so. You can donate to the Den. If you want to make a one-time donation, you can go to streamlabs.com/The Den Show. And if you want to make a monthly pledge to the channel, you can go to patreon.com/The Den Show. Shout out to Miss Grace, Miss Goya, James, Stina Starry-Eyed, Dan, Diana, Donald Trump, and hold on. Betty Spaghetti. Bow. You know what I'm saying? Look, players fuck up, but they don't forget. So tonight, man, we're going to talk about escaping the dark place or a dark place. Not like the movies. I haven't seen a good movie where you had to escape something dark in a while. But kind of, deal with mental health issues. We talk about this from time to time. Mental health, depression, whatever it may have been. And like I said, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time talking about it. I've told my story several times, and I may touch on some highlights and whatever, this, that, and the third. But it's about understanding and about people sharing their story. And so, like I said, I won't talk for a long time. I'll open the line a little bit earlier so you guys can get in and share your thoughts. But let's see who we have joined us this evening. Hope I'm not messing that up. Daya Young. Empress, glad you could join us. How's Miss Empress? Coltrane, what's the motherfucking deal? Miss Meat, you owe me 50,000 pistachios. Female Pimp, I owe you a 4th grade literacy level book. Let's see. Smith, what's the motherfucking deal? Baker Man, what's the motherfucking deal? The Boxing Baker. Eastside Hero, what's the motherfucking deal? Dre, what's the motherfucking deal? Shout out to Canada. Rob C, what's the motherfucking deal? Rashida, what's the motherfucking deal? OJ Jackson, what's the motherfucking deal? D Love, what's the motherfucking deal? Miss Cutie, what's the motherfucking deal? Hope everybody is having an excellent evening. I hope you all have had a wonderful day. So let's talk about life, folks. Let's get into the conversation. Let's discuss everything that's going on. You still down in Mexico? Or you didn't slid back yet? They say, look, y'all sending us back. We ain't gonna let y'all get back home. That's how they trying to do you. So let's talk about it though. Mental health, and I feel like I won't say everybody has dealt with the situation. And I won't even, I say I guess depression to an extent, but I don't know. I do know, but I don't know. But not into I don't think it's something I deal with anymore. It was just a phase of things that went through, and I really started questioning, debating life, higher powers, and all those things that were going on. I've lost a lot of people who were close to me. And in the situation in which they took place, there was this feeling of powerlessness. Because, hey, there's just certain things you can't quite, there's nothing you can do about it, right? When sickness, illness, things take place or unexpected tragedies happen, that is no fault of another individual. You just, you gotta you gotta let life take its course. Now, if it would happen to have been, at the fault, at the hands of somebody else, you can always seek revenge. But does revenge really solve anything? No, not quite. So, the thing about it, D. Nelly, what's the motherfucking deal? Glad you could join us this evening. And so, like I say, not to just get into it, but there was a time, once I've lost a sister, a best friend, a woman I was with for a very long time. And, all of these situations were at the hands of something that I won't say could be controlled, but, it's not another individual. And so dealing with each of these things, I had little phases that I dealt with that really altered my mental state. And I won't say it was, again, like I said, but I just looked at things in such a different light. But, it's just kind of life at this point. But I think it made me stronger in the end, because you have to learn how to surpass that. You have to learn how to carry on. And then you got to think about certain things. These people that you love, that you care about, would they want you to be entrenched in that mentality? Or would they want you to carry on? Would they want you to push forward and be even better? So we're going to get into that. Hopefully you sound like you got something really going on. You say, I knew very well about the news less from the age of 5, maybe before that. But I don't remember. I was raped twice, been in domestic violence situation with 2 husbands. Oh, man. Been abused most of my life by people. I'm starting to take control of my life and I love myself. But the person has been a big factor in my life. Went to prison, was beat, the prison skin off my face was gone. Nothing happened to the guards that did it to me. I had to handle that also. Man, that is tough. God damn. Man, that's tough. We'll talk about that. Hopefully you will call in a little bit when we open up the line and share your story. Was the meal good? Was Applebee's good, Miss D. Nelly? But, like I said, I know people have had different experiences, and like I say, Miss I hope I'm saying Daya or Miss Young, or I'm assuming Young. I don't know if it's Miss Young or Miss. I'm assuming. We all know these day and age you can never assume anything. But it's like an inability. It's almost like being incapacitated in certain ways. I talk about it's funny because people say, oh man, you talk to people and you seem to have good conversation with people and things like that. Again, this is something that had to be developed over certain years, a certain number of years, because I wasn't always a very social person. Like I said, losing my sister at a young age made me really question a lot of people. I was never a really social person. For some reason, I don't know why, people like me, but I didn't view myself as a very friendly or a very social person. I wasn't really just always mean or rude. I just didn't really fuck with people, And even still to this day, I think I like dogs more than I like most people. I get real sad when I see bad things happen to dogs. Can't lie about that. Cats, not so much. But, so tonight I want you guys to, if you feel open to it, if you feel like you're able to, I want you guys to share your story. Things that you may have dealt with, things you may have overcome. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Chick-fil-A? Oh, that's God's chicken right there. And so, like I said, I'm not gonna waste a lot of time. I've wasted enough. I'm gonna go ahead and open up the line. I want to know how you feel. You know, the social line. I already know how that goes, Baker, man. Man, I was looking at something the other day, culture, man. You know, I talk about Twitter. I think I'm gonna start doing something like I'm telling you, I mean, I've really been trying to find my angle here with a lot of the things I talk about, because I do want to, and I feel like the streams definitely separate this channel from a lot of other channels. But with the short content, I've been trying to find my lane and how to approach it, and maybe do something a little bit different. But I was looking at Twitter, I want to say yesterday, maybe the day before, and they showed that they have this program. I forgot where it was, but what they'll allow you to do is you can go to the local shelter and you can take the dogs, you can pick a dog and take it on a hike, you know, so it's just not in the shelter all day. And when I saw the joy and the happiness in this dog, I forgot how long they said it had been in the shelter. It was his first trip outside of the shelter. This dog, like, it was so happy it couldn't even walk. Like, I mean, it would take a few steps and it would just spring in the air. And I mean, it would just jump. It would just jump. It was like, and the tail was just wagging like crazy. And so it was just so cool to me. Like I said, I love animals, man. I do. I am an animal lover. Animals have always been cool to me. Even though I talk shit about cats, they all right every now and then. I just wouldn't want to own one. But to me, that like that little moment brought a lot of joy. I like watching videos. I don't watch a lot. Like I said, I'm not on YouTube as much as I used to be. Because I'm working on my own stuff or trying to work on some other things. But when I do, I catch myself a lot watching those like dog rehabilitation videos where they'll take like dogs off the street who are doing real bad. You know what I'm saying? Like they're doing real bad. I mean, look terrible, be flea infested, you know, mangy and just doing bad. And you can see how hurt they are and how traumatized they are. And then they find them a good home. And the dogs they're like a completely different animal. You know what I'm saying? They're like a completely different animal. 1 second knockout. I don't even know who that is, but it was funny when I was chopping up when I hit you earlier. I just had a feeling that this person was going to do something outstanding. Like I don't even know I don't know what they look like. And they could walk next to me on the street, and I just had a feeling it was going to be some kind of crazy win. Heidi has this weird gambling ability. I'm gonna start gambling. I'm just gonna pick everything that Heidi picks, but I'm not gonna pay like $1 till I come up. I'm not a gambling man. Who is that? Who's gambling man? Or that rambling man that I'm thinking about? I forgot who sung that song. But, you know, and so like that's the kind of stuff that I get enjoyment out of, watching like rehabilitated animals and things like that. But I like to see people happy too. I like to see people who've overcome shit. You know, if it's always been good for you, cool beans for you, hey, I'm glad. But to me, the best stories are the people who overcome. You know what I'm saying? The people who overcome. So it is what it is. Let's open up the line. That's a bet, man. Hit that bleezy twice for your boy, Baker, man. You know, like I said, I got a couple of goals to acquire, and before I can get back engaged in a good old blunt every now and then. Oh, how I do miss it. But I don't deserve it yet until I have reached some levels that I haven't yet to reach before. You have to challenge yourself. Bada bing, bada boom, Betty Boop. We will have the 10-minute rule on, so everybody who may have something to say, we can allow them to get their calls in today. Let's open up the deadline. Let me get this jumped off and make sure I got the right mic on. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Turn them shits up. Turn them up. Turn them down. Turn them way the fuck down. That's my ears and I like it. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening?
I ain't gonna say rise up. Don't you dare mute me, damn it.
Who said I've unmuted you? So you might already be muted. Nah, I got you. I ain't gonna do you bad. I got you.
You didn't hear nothing I said at first, huh? Bullshit.
Bro, I got you. I didn't mute you. I let you make it. I saw the number. I should hit. I should keep it muted, but I ain't even gonna do it.
Well, right. Well, I'm gonna tell you. Um, March 26th, 2018. That's when I lost my daughter. So that's when my dark place came. I've been through loss. I lost my mom. I lost people. But when I lost my daughter, it's like a dark cloud went over my head. But that dark cloud is still there. It hasn't went away. And I can't even tell you if it will, because I've been to several different, in the past year, been about 4 psychiatrists and talked to people and pastors. But I think unless you go through it, I don't see how you could tell me how to get through it. Because I wasn't a Brittany Bowens. You see what I'm saying? I was a mama. Took care of my kids. Took care of my daughter. Every aspect of it. She was sick for a long time. So getting phone calls in the middle of the night, having to rush her to the hospital, her almost dying on me 5, 6 times. That was already a dark place. But when she actually passed, I never thought it would be like this. But I can't get out of that dark place. I have to do whatever. Every day is a challenge for me. Let me put it like that. Every single day of my life. Every single day. And she wanted to die at home. So her room is right next to mine, which it ain't been touched. I locked it. I put a lock on it because I don't want nobody to touch it. I don't know if that's weird to whoever, but unless you go through it, you just don't know. So I don't know how to get out of it. It's like a dark cloud. It's like, it's like the sun shines every day, but it's not for me. The sun don't shine for me like that. I try to do things to occupy my time, and then it didn't help and then it was exactly 1 year to the day when they laid me off my job, when my daughter passed. She passed on March 26th. They laid me off on March 26th, exactly a year later. So, it was just, I occupy my time, but I'm still in that dark place. Like sometimes I can't sleep. I have insomnia. I'm up all night, or I might even sleep all day. I might sleep and not wake up and like, don't touch me, don't fuck with me, or I'll go crazy, stuff like that. I'll go off on people. But who knows? Who have kids to know that they're gonna die before you? You see what I mean? And it wasn't just like somebody took her real quick, or it was a long drawn out process. So I know it might be some people with some good success stories, which is good, and I can't wait till I can say a success story, but I just don't know how I'm going to ever get over losing my daughter. I don't know. I read material. Like I say, I see people. I talk to other mothers, and it's just, I don't know. So that dark place is still for me. And I thought the things I've been through in life, because I've been through a lot, had me in a dark place. But when that happened, that's a dark place. That's a lot. It's a lot. It's too much to deal with. Like sometimes, and I know for a while, my body started breaking down. Like my blood pressure was high, and I was sick, and so I had to figure out a way to calm down, because I do have other people that love me, that I got to stick around for. But, and Friday night, yesterday, was the first time I was able to go through her phone in a year. Now, she still has service because we are on a family plan. But yesterday was the first time that I went through her phone. And actually, it gave me a little bit of joy, because she made so many videos. She was pretty, so she, how young ones are, they video everything. They make videos, millions of selfies, and so it actually gave me a little joy to hear her talk again. And that's the good thing about her. I wouldn't say good thing. That's one of the benefits. Social media is one of the benefits that I have to remember her, because of all the videos and things. When my mom died, that was 2000. So it wasn't all that. all of Facebook, and you can watch a video and this and that, So the one good thing is I got to hear her speak again. And actually, she made a video for me that I didn't know before she passed. So I looked at that video yesterday. Now, that was kind of hard because she told me what great mother I was. And, and I'm sorry, y'all.
No, you gotta do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do. I understand it's not easy.
But it was a 3-minute video that she made for me that I didn't know. So that was kind of special, too. And it didn't put me like in a darker place. It actually warmed my heart some because I didn't know she made it. She didn't tell me. I know she figured I'd go through her phone one day because I'm nosy. But, I didn't think it would take me this long. And I wish I'd seen that video a while ago. But I guess, the timing that I was supposed to see it, I seen it. But, everybody don't get out of the dark place. And I don't know how to tell somebody who's in it to get out of it because I don't know how to get out of it. I just find joy in the places that I think I do, like, this YouTube stuff, the internet, and I go to school. I try to find joy where I can. But I just never thought this would happen to me, so I don't know.
I don't know if you deliberately hung up or if it cut out on my end or what it was, but that's a tough situation, and I think one of the toughest things, and shout out to Miss Me for calling, and like I said, I don't know if I'm not sure how it would happen if it cut off like that. A child going before their parent has to be, it's something that you never expect. Hello. Can you hear me there?
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes when I walk into a certain part of my house, it goes out. So I guess that's what happened.
Okay.
But I don't have too much more to say. I just, just want to, share that, because we are talking about dark places, and I'm just being honest. I am in that, I haven't gotten out of it. I haven't. I don't know how. My husband, he's really, no matter what mood I'm in, or he deals with it because he loved her too. Men just deal with things different than women, I guess, or in their own way. I ain't gonna say men. People deal with stuff in their own way. But he knows that was, my child, so it's a little harder for me. Well, I just don't know. I've people like, and one thing, when somebody loses a kid, they trust God. Okay, I go to church. I'm a godly person, but don't sit up here and tell me it'll be okay and you ain't lost one, or you can't tell me how to deal with something if you ain't dealt with it. That's I take what people say, and it'll get better with time. How do you know when you ain't lost no kid? You don't know. So it's just that's the dark conversation for me. But I'm gonna go. That video though, that was just that just it wowed me because I didn't know she made it. She didn't tell me, and that's the kind of person she was. She knew eventually I would see it, whenever it was, eventually. But it was just the whole thing with her, me taking her back and forth to school, like where she went to college at wasn't close to me. But I would go get her for her doctor's appointments, take her back the same day. I would work all day, take her back, and she actually passed a month before she graduated, but I got to walk for her. So, she got her diploma. I have that. I walked and got that for her. So, and then I don't even know how I did it because that was like 1 month later, but, I guess she was with me with that. And I've been reading the chat, and I'm like, damn, boy, people been through it.
And that's the
whew.
thing. It's tough because we go through our lives and we see our own stories, you know, and we don't really realize what's going on that people are dealing with all around us. And it's a lot of trauma. You know, there's a lot of problems, a lot of things that people are dealing with, and you know, it just. Yeah, I guess it's hard to know. I mean, when you're dealing with your own stuff, I mean, we're gonna be focused on ourselves. It's hard to be, you know, familiar with everything that everybody is going through. But
Right.
I can't say that I understand, you know, because I don't understand
Exactly.
your situation.
And see, that's the honest thing that anybody could tell anybody, Honcho. That when people came to me and say, "Girl, I just don't know what to say. I just need a hug." Just that was the most really shit to me. Instead of this is gonna happen and this is gonna happen when you don't damn know. You know what I mean? Like sometimes people can make other people's trauma worse. If you don't know, the best thing is what you said. I haven't dealt with that, honey. I don't know. That's the best thing you can say to somebody.
And just
But I'm
it's,
gonna go, huh?
well, Miss Mead, I want you to know our thoughts are with you, and you know, and I'm glad you know you are part of this community, and I know that ain't gonna make anything any easier, but you know, hopefully, you know, if you ever feel like, you know, discussing or venting or just talking, you know, you're more than free, more than welcome to any time. If it's just something on your mind, if you feel like it's going to help, you know, I encourage you to do so. Just,
And that's the thing. See, you just listened and didn't say this is what's gonna happen. Well, Jesus will take care of it. Well, the good Lord, see, you just listened. That's all. Sometimes we need. We don't need no feedback and what's gonna happen and you'll be okay. We don't need that. Just somebody to listen. So I appreciate that. And I'm still on. So I'll talk to y'all.
all right. Well, I appreciate you calling in and sharing your story with us, Miss B.
Okay. Bye
All
bye.
right, yeah, we do. I mean, that's a tough situation, you know, and I've talked about, you know, things that I've had, and I don't think that's a reason why I say I don't, you know, want to have children or anything like that. But, you know, I look at my mom because, you know, my sister, her daughter, and how she deals with it, and I don't think it's ever, I don't think those things ever dissipate. But she's a religious woman, and so she has different views, and she says that's what's her strength. When I talk to her about it, she said, you know, that's her strength, and that's how she feels. You know, she feels that, you know, there will be a time when they will be reunited, and you know, so that's what drives her to continue to do the right things. And I'm not, I'm not so much. I mean, I'm not quite on that level, you know. So I don't know. I wanna hope she's right because, you know, of course people say, "Oh, it's my mom. She's a good woman," and this, and this. Some people know when they mama ain't shit, but it's still your mom. But my mom, like I said, I know she went through. I saw the changes that you know she went through when that happened, and then you know where she went to get herself, you know, back focused and back into her beliefs and things of that nature. Um, it's not an easy thing to deal with. I couldn't imagine it. I couldn't imagine it. And that's why I say, you know, to me it just seems like, you know, a parent should never see their child have to go. I mean, it's just not the way the format was designed. And to me, that could be some of the toughest, if not the toughest, experience to deal with. Um, and I don't know. Like I said, I don't think it gets easier. I don't. I mean, I don't want to say it doesn't get easier. You learn how to deal. You learn how to cope. But I don't necessarily think that makes it easier. August. August is a real tough month for me. There's a lot of birthdays and days of or anniversaries of deaths and things all like in one just area from that like August 19th to the 29th, just that whole little span. It's like a bunch of just clusters. August is a real tough month for me. And parts of September too. But like I said, it's going to get to the point where this year will make 10 years that I lost my best friend. And I don't think it gets, I don't think it gets any easier. You deal with it. You know, I don't think it's the same level of pain as it is, you know, initially. But when it happened, it took me a minute, man. Like, it took me a minute to deal with it. So that's why I say, you know, as far as you know, how anybody should deal with anything, you can't. And I told you, that situation was, healthy, fine, no problems. And then I leave for 15 minutes, come back, and not knowing that phone call in between that, stopping by the store and grabbing a Coke would be the last conversation that we have. It's a casual fucking conversation, man. Just something like I ran out to go grab a little herb. We was hanging out or whatever. I think we just grabbed some food or something. And I went to go, like I said, had a little homeboy down the way, went to go grab a little weed or whatever. And then he hit me, hey man, on your way back, you can grab me a Coke. I was gonna grab some blunts or whatever. So yeah, I got you. I get back, it's just a different situation. And then that situation was tough, and it's something I still do get upset with myself about, because I did say I was going to get, it's such an easy thing to do, and I've yet to do it. Don't know why. I told myself I was going to take CPR classes, because in that situation, I don't know if I was doing it right or I was doing it wrong. I don't know. I fucking don't know. But, they said that me performing CPR or whatever I thought was fucking CPR or whatever the fuck I was doing, that sustained him for, a little while, but the lack of oxygen and other things, end up, basically being a vegetable for about a week. And it was weird, man, because, you had family members and things, man, oh man, thank you for that. Thank you for what? You know what I'm saying? Like, thank you for what? I don't feel like I did I didn't do enough. And I dealt with that. I carried that, but I still carry that burden, man. Like, I didn't do enough. Never did enough. And that's an issue that I use now, that, again, like I say, the other situations that I didn't do enough. Situations where I had no control over. In reality, and I had to take a step back and realize this, that I had no control over certain things that happen to certain people. But I put a lot of weight on myself. Unnecessarily. But now I use that as motivation. Now these days I look at it as a drive to do something, because these people all would tell me the same thing. People all, man, in all my life, people have told me a certain thing or certain things. And my mentality, maybe a few years ago, wouldn't believe it, didn't care, didn't hear it. And now my thing is, the best way that I can honor these people, the best way that I can do something now when I didn't do enough then, is to become that thing or become that person that they all thought or that they, believed in me, or believed that I was capable of becoming. So, again, I can't tell anybody how to deal with anything. Can't do it. Cannot tell you, because I know I dealt with shit my own way. A lot of times I was, like, say, distant. Didn't really talk a lot, just kind of in my own zone. I was thinking about a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff I really don't talk about. Probably I've talked about it more in the day than I've actually talked about it to people, friends, or that I was connected. I really, like I said, I told you, I cut a lot of people off, man. I cut a lot of people off, and I think that was what was best for me, to just kind of find a new lane and do something different. Sometimes it's just a change is needed. But everybody does not have the ability to make those changes. Everybody's not in a situation to make those changes. But again, you have to go through your own. You have to tell your own story. You have to go through your own way. And people want to be helpful. I understand that people want to be helpful. I believe most people genuinely want to be helpful. They want to console. They want to see you in a better mood. They want to do whatever they can. I believe people truly want to do that. But sometimes the way they see it, and not being in your shoes, not having your experiences, the things they're telling you, even though they have good intentions, sometimes can do more damage than they help. So it is what it is, man. Yeah. Man. And I agree. Shout out to Man Thing. Man Things, what's the motherfucking deal, man? It's always good to see Man Thing. Man Things always has the right words for the occasion. Now, that's something I definitely believe too, especially as a man. You gotta, it's just in your nature, man, to go harder. You have to. You have to. Now, aside from the loss of life, and you see a lot of depression, a lot of stuff these days, and I think that comes with a lack of purpose, a lack of a lack of direction. And I think that I don't know how much that impacts women. I'm sure it has an impact on too, but I know as men that it definitely has a heavy hand in why so many men or people are mental or depressed these days. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
Hey, this Rashida. How you doing?
Hello, Miss Rashida. How are you this evening?
I'm good. I'm good.
What's on your mind today? What would you like to share with the den folk today?
First I just wanted to extend my sympathy to Miss Meek and just send her prayers and love and let her know that eventually, you know, it'll get better. It'll get more manageable. I can't say you're gonna ever escape that dark place, but you learn to deal with it and cope with it.
So what
Well,
about?
my
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
just gonna tell you my story. It's about my brother that died about 10 years ago, and he was in a car accident. And people said that it would get better with time, the pain would get less, but it seemed like it just happened yesterday. I don't feel that, you know, that time makes everything better.
Is it do you go over these memories often? Is it just something that you kind of you visit mentally, or what is it? Is it something that how did you initially deal with it as opposed to how you kind of go through it now?
Oh, at first, I mean, 'cause it's the shock of it. He was young. He was only 30. Um, the nephews I talk about
Yes.
that I get on the weekend, those are his kids. And the youngest one never got to know him because she was pregnant with him at the time of his death. So that kind of makes it harder. But I think that the level connection you have with the person at the time of their death impacts how you deal with it. Because he was like the glue that held the family together. You know what I'm saying? So his loss was definitely felt by everybody. His funeral was packed. You know what I'm saying? And I did have to take time off work. Because I just I was devastated. Shit. I mean, ain't no way around it. I mean, I couldn't do nothing. So
Um, you know, so now, I mean, is there like say I don't know, is there anything that you do like on the anniversary of the event? Is there anything that you do, or you just you just think about it, alone? Is it a family thing that you do? Like, how do you approach it now?
um, it's kind of hard because he died on one of my other brother's birthdays. So it's like every time he have a birthday, he don't really want to celebrate his birthday because brings back the memory of my brother that died. So, but like we don't do anything special on his birthday. We, you know, acknowledge it, but don't necessarily, like have a memorial or anniversary or anything like that because it's already hard. And my brother, he was putting up family pictures and everything in my mama house, and he was trying to put up my deceased brother picture, and she just started going crazy. Like I I was like, you're gonna have to take that down. You can't. And it's been 10 years. So that's all I'm saying is grief is something else. If you ain't been through it, ain't nothing you want to go through.
But do you feel like eventually, well, I personally, I'll say I feel like, eventually things are going to happen. I mean, especially when you build connections with people,
Mhm.
it's almost inevitable that, we eventually, we don't last forever. But I think it's
Mhm.
those unexpected events that are, I don't want to say they're more painful. A loss is a loss, so I can't tell you, one person's pain is greater than somebody else's. But I think
Mhm.
the impact of a situation when it's unexpected, as opposed to kind
Mhm.
of understanding eventually something's going to happen. Sometimes I think those have a more traumatic, impact on people. Would you say that situation was like that because it was just so unexpected?
I mean, I think you still gonna feel the loss. I mean, I think what you trying to say is like if you knew they was gonna die and that you still feel the same level of loss. But I don't think necessarily that impacts it because that person's still gonna be gone. You still gonna have that grief there. That's a dark place. There's grief, and it's not something. Ain't no shortcut out of it. You have to go through it. You gotta deal with it, go through it, and get to where you can manage it. That's about all you can do. But when people tell you initially time gonna heal everything, you gonna be okay. I don't buy into that no more because it's been 10 years and I'm still feeling it like it was yesterday almost.
And
I mean, it helps that he had his kids and everything, and they're part of my life. But at the same time, you know, you still wish that person was here.
that's the next thing I was going to ask you about how that, that impacts. Do you see any,
He said
maybe
his
habits or
youngest was
tendencies?
just like him and never knew him. So, and
Uh,
they asked questions about him, and sometimes it's kind of hard to talk about, but you want to give them their answers because they want to know how he was growing up and different things. So
okay, what does that mean? Does that give you any sense of relief being able to kind of connect those dots for them?
yeah, it does, and sometimes we have laughs about things he used to do in the past and everything. Because he couldn't spell for nothing. He used to call me back to spell for him. So that's something I always remember. He could not spell, but he was a hard worker and a good father. So
Well, I guess I mean, and you know, and that's the beauty of offspring carrying that on, and
mm,
that you still get that. I know that can. It's like I don't want to say it's a double edged sword because again, children are beautiful. They just come into this world innocent. People tank people, but to have that, I guess, to be able to reminisce a little bit,
mm-hmm.
after those unfortunate circumstances. But it's tough because then you see those people in those children, and I guess that can also revive those memories. So it can be it can kind of go two ways on that street.
And he was always bringing his son over to the house. I mean, just about since the baby was born, putting him in the car seat, bringing him. So he was always active. And it's because he only had that one child at the time. He was always active in the child life, making sure we got the bond with the child and see the child and everything. And that just continued on with the mother. We try to maintain a good relationship for her. for the kids.
I mean, that can be tough because I know some people, especially when it's outside the family, and depending on the circumstance and everything that goes with it, they put themselves before a lot of stuff, and that's why I say it can be a double-edged thing. I've seen some cold-blooded individuals, heartless in my opinion, that can definitely pour salt on the wounds in situations like that. So.
Yeah, I feel like we got joint custody with her. Shit. So, cause she don't mind like bringing them. They live on the south side, we live on the west side. She don't mind bringing them kids over there. And the funny thing is, she got a mom that stays 5 minutes from her. But she'll bring the kids all the way over there to her.
How far is the south side from the west side of Chicago?
Sure, it depends on how far south you are. You know what I'm saying? They all the way on 100, so they live about 20 to 30 minutes maybe from us. It depends with traffic and everything. But I know one thing, when she dropped them kids off, all I hear is her tires peeling rubber. She done.
She trying to beat traffic, Look, she trying to get out of there fast.
She's trying to get out of there, but it's all good though. I love my little nephew. They live bad here.
Well, that's good that you have that to carry on. And
yeah, but that little 14, he trying to smell himself. I'm gonna chop his ass, karate chop his ass in the throat one of these days. That's gonna be different, But
he just gotta learn his way, That's just.
Oh my goodness, my 8-year-old, I done said the wrong damn age again. 10, he's 10. He was down there playing because they got an Xbox downstairs, and they live. It ain't no man cave. I don't know what you want to call it, kids cave or whatever,
That's a young man's cave.
Right, and I hear him cursing, time out, fuck this and fuck that, and I was like, he was talking to the people, because he be on there with the kids.
Yeah.
In his classroom, they be playing online together.
Yeah.
And I had already told him about that. I said, sometimes you have to cut some of them people loose off your team. And he was like, they don't be doing this and they don't be doing that. I'm like, you can't be doing all that cursing now. Yeah. Fuck this.
Hey, man, them games get serious, man. I'm just saying, hey, it be serious. That's, that's pride and integrity. You got to deal with that when you go back to class. They're going to talk about you. You got to hold your weight.
That's his uncle's fault. That's his uncle's fault because his uncle do that shit and throw the condemned patroller down and everything. These people get too serious about these games.
Hey, man, it's serious. It's real business. It's real business. Them games, look, that ain't no joke.
I was like, look at my baby out there cursing.
That's tough. That's a situation. I ain't even gonna get into that. That's another conversation. But okay. Okay. Is there anything else you would like to add or share with that, or any advice that you have for anybody, Miss Rashid?
The only thing I could say is that don't buy into that time heals all wounds. I wanna say, try to be positive and give you hope, but I'm just trying to keep it real. It might work for some people, but for me it didn't work. I guess because my brother was like, shit, a rock for me. So maybe that's why I took it so hard. But yeah, I don't know. But I hope that if y'all going through some kind of grief, that it'll be a different case for you. Can you hear me okay? Because I feel like I'm talking low.
No, I can hear you. I hear you just fine. I was gonna say, Miss Meat said that she gonna be there in September. Hopefully, you don't do it like you did somebody else. Somebody else said they pulled up on you and you was hiding. You know what I'm saying? You ain't You ain't want to
Now
respond.
he's straight flexing. He got my number. He could have hit me. He ain't do that. He ain't did nothing. He didn't do nothing. He needs to come on there trying for the den.
No. No. Wait, what's the motherfucking deal, man? Okay, okay. But yeah, I think I agree with you. You got to handle it in your own right. You got to handle it your own way. There's no set of rules to
Exactly.
how you supposed to recover from certain situations. So I definitely agree with you on that.
This situation is different. And yesterday, before you got off, you let Trashley talk shit about me, and then you cut the line off so I couldn't count in. Now, that was not right at all.
Well, you said in the chat that you wasn't even going to address it, so I was like, okay, well, after this call, I'm just gonna go ahead and wrap it up. And you was like,
I was lying. I was on surprise attack your ass.
a surprise attack.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, I'm not hip with the game. See, I ain't know the game, so I was out of there.
But Trashley, if you listening, fuck you, bitch, and don't keep my name out your mouth. That's it. That's all I have to say.
Oh, okay. Well, gosh darn. All right, Miss Rashida, I appreciate you for calling in.
Oh, I'm sorry. I ain't even speak to all the ladies in the den. How y'all doing?
Oh, wow, the fellas in the den don't get no love. Y'all see this bias and this treatment that we receive these days. 2019 men don't get no love. That's tough.
It ain't hardly no men in the den. Shit.
Oh, you got Wayne, you got Man Things, you got D Love in the den. Let me see who else. Let me see who else in the mix. Let me see who else. You got Cultured in the den. You got Dre in the den. Let me see. The fellas out here tonight.
Like I said, hello, ladies. How y'all doing?
Brett, I just saw Brett. I apologize. I ain't really been keeping up with the chat as much. Y'all know, because I don't be knowing how the chat gonna act sometimes. Sometimes y'all be compassionate. Sometimes y'all be cold blooded. So I gotta wait in between calls to read the chat, because y'all sometimes y'all I don't know how y'all gonna act. I saw that Obama routing. I just saw that. But okay. I see.
Yeah, those like my sisters.
Okay.
I enjoy the den now with those. With some other ladies, there's a few I don't like, but for the most part, I like everybody.
See, there go Professor Tria. What's the motherfucking deal? Right when we was getting all that man hate. Shout out to Professor Tria. Okay.
Hey, Trina.
Okay. All right. Well, that's a bit, Miss Rashida. I appreciate you sharing that with us.
Okay, don't you be letting people call in and talk shit about me, then cut the line
Oh,
off.
well, you look, I didn't know about surprise attacks, and I didn't know the new 2019 rules of engagement.
You cut that shit out real quick, because you know I finna drag that hoe
Because
by her ass.
because
You
I
ain't
was
want no place up in there.
because I
You was
wasn't
trying
gonna
to
take the
eat
last call, because
real
I
quick.
didn't know missing my name number, because my name number looked like a number from a troll caller. And so I wasn't finna answer it. I was gonna end it there. So I was like, okay, well, let me take this call. And then I saw he's like, I ain't gonna address it. I'm gonna leave it be. So I said, okay, well, I'm finna get off here, because I was only
Yeah,
an extra 40 minutes.
she addressed the situation for me anyway. I ain't even have to get my hands dirty, but still, it's all good though.
Okay, okay. Well, I appreciate it, Miss Rashida.
Sure you do, but you sit up there and let people talk shit about me.
What you?
And All right.
All right. Well, next time I want a real man sandwich. I don't want that side nigga sandwich. So next time, if I get a real man sandwich, we won't have that issue. You know.
I'm gonna put some stale Cheetos on your shit.
Damn, stale. I can't even get that. I can't even get decent Cheetos. Stale Cheetos.
No,
Motherfuckers taste like
just a stale
cardboard.
Cheetos. That's right. That's right.
That's tough. That's tough. So you niggas don't get no love in the 19. That's tough. Maybe 2020 will be better for us. Who knows?
Yeah, I hope so. I hope so.
All right.
Yeah, that was good for me to get that out, because I don't want to talk about that, so.
Okay. Well, thank you, and I appreciate you sharing that. And hopefully, like I say, hopefully that helps somebody.
Yeah. Yeah, it will. I know it will, because, I think that's something everybody been through, the loss of somebody. So, but I think once I get over this, the rest of it won't be as hard, because this one, it's still hard, but, I manage.
Don't laugh at a bad thing. Yeah, we got to manage. I think that's going to be the key word this evening: management, and how you deal with it. Okay. All
I
right.
don't know. I can't read the chat right now. That's why I ain't saying nothing to nobody.
Yeah.
I'm on my phone.
Okay.
So, yeah. Well, I'm going to let somebody else. I've been over the 10 minutes, ain't it?
I said I ain't even say nothing because you be trying to do you bad like I be trying to do you bad. I ain't even say nothing. We see you.
Remember, if you didn't let me call in last night, then I had that 10 minutes plus this 10 minutes. So, my 10 minutes rolled over.
Now we got singular minutes now in the den.
Hmm?
Let's say we got them singular minutes in the den now, the rollover minutes.
No, that's just me.
Oh,
Everybody can't do what I do.
okay. All right. Well, that's a bad, Miss Rashida. I appreciate you calling in. We're gonna take a couple more calls, and it's good to hear from you. I'm
Okay.
glad you were able to share that with us.
No problem, y'all. Well,
All right, have a good one.
take care.
You too.
Bye-bye.
We went back to singular. Look, them minutes ain't no good till after 9 o'clock. That's why we need to that's why the den is at 10. Cause I know we got some old school folks and they ain't updated their plans in a long time. They still got them old T-Mobile plans. They got them singular late night plans, man. Hey, motherfuckers used to be on their phones caking, milking the fuck out them free minutes, man. Shit. It's tough. Man, look what Mr. Tarver is Mr. Tarver Jr. Is that now? That's formerly D Tarver or Tarver D. Did you change your name? It might be somebody completely different. I'm making an assumption. And again, like I said, I apologize. I saw some folks. Shout out to Mary and a couple other folks. And I know that I have not really been as focused on the chat. I want to make sure I'm engaged and things like that. Because y'all are bad people in the chat sometimes. Sometimes y'all are great. Sometimes y'all are the most amazing people on the planet, right? And sometimes y'all are ruthless. Y'all are a snake pit. You know what I'm saying? And you fall off of that motherfucker, you finna get bit. I mean, you might as well call the rap, just lay it down, because you're gonna be you poison. You ain't finna make it. But I fucks with y'all. That's the beauty, I think, of the den and some of these conversations is the versatility of the talk, the fact that we have all of these angles, all these people, all these backgrounds that people can share, their stories and share their thoughts. So, yeah. I don't know. I think some of the fellas from the den, I don't know if y'all had a chance. Y'all saw some of the classy ladies of the den. They shared some photos with us in the early morning den. For those who they said all them folks that was hating on them, they had to represent. So shout out to all those in so there was Miss Sean and Miss Grace. Y'all got y'all a little extra something in your Stashio account. For those of you, like I say, and also Miss Empress. For those of you, like I say, for y'all going out and just, it ain't, I know it's just virtual, digital pistachio currency, but for those of you who share things, I will make sure to supplement your pistachio account for just, sharing a little bit of your lives with us. And it is greatly appreciated. It is greatly appreciated. Nana Diana. What? Who? Me? I'm full of bull manure? Man. Never. But manure makes things grow healthy and strong. Oh, they took over when it gets old. Like, I ain't gonna lie, the percentages, like I said, I was looking in the analytics, and it's like 77% ladies as far as the last couple of months have just overwhelmed the den. You know what I mean? We fighting to hold our footing. You know what I'm saying? So there's that. So Denelli, are you an elder? I don't know. We ain't gonna put you in the elder category yet. We ain't gonna put you in the elder category yet. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna give you a couple more years. You can hold it down. Is it the shoes? Yeah. Look. I'm all about equal rights in the den. We got women mods and stuff. Remember, they used to give me a hard time. You ain't got no lady. I remember when I think Heidi Right, was the first lady mine. He was like, 'cause you hate women, you know, this, and this. I was like, it's only like none of y'all in here I'm a, represent. And then, so, nah, y'all don't want me to take the shirt off yet. I've been eating bad this last week. But, yeah. Oh man, hey, look, equal rights, equal fight. That's something I've been saying since junior high. When I saw this chick she beat the brakes off of this nigga. You know what I'm saying? And I know motherfuckers be like, hey, don't hit girls and stuff like that. But after I seen this bloody beating, I was like, nah, it can't be me, brother. Cannot be me. It's not gonna happen. I told y'all, like, what, by mid-August, once I get back right, once I get closer to the goal weight, and I actually do some working out instead of just losing the weight, I'll tell you, I'm gonna get that premium Snapchat. I'm gonna have to get that premium Snapchat. That's the new lick, man. Look, I told y'all I'm gonna be on there talking to y'all like old buddy. I'm gonna be telling y'all all that bullshit y'all want to hear, just like Derek Jackson. Yeah, that'll sound real good. I ain't gonna mean none of that shit, just like he don't mean that shit. I'll be telling y'all all kind of shit to make you feel good. I'm gonna give y'all all that bad game. Take two chicks stabbed a dude. Wow, shit. That's bad. That's terrible. That's a terrible, terrible thing. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got called into the den this evening?
Honcho, what's the deal, man? It's Wink, bro.
Wink, what's the motherfucking deal, man? What are your thoughts this evening on the topic? How do you deal with dark places, dealing with grief, or mental things, or whatever you may have going on? How do you deal with stuff like that?
I mean, I ain't had too much grief in my life. I remember I was real bad, man. I was in a real bad place, like right when I was getting ready to get out of the military and shit like that. And um, if it wasn't for my woman, if it wasn't for me having a family that I had to take care of, and me just realizing certain shit wasn't worth it, man, I probably, wouldn't be a part of a lot of shit that I am right now. But cooler heads have prevailed. I'm glad, I don't have no female traits and really let my emotions get the best of my logic, because if I did, I ain't no telling where I would be right now. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't know my children. I wouldn't even have a son. I'd probably only have one daughter. You know what I'm saying? But for me, man, I'm just the type of person. My happiness, my laughter and shit like that get me through a lot of shit. If I can't be a certain way, I don't. I'm real transparent. I mean, if you look at me, you look at my face, you gonna know something wrong. And I'm the type of person, I gotta let my anger out, because if I don't, it's gonna be bad. You know what I'm saying? So just let me, because it ain't too often I'm mad like that. Niggas on the salsa probably think I just be raging like a nigga. I got a heart. No, nigga, it's the sports team, nigga. They piss me off, my nigga. Like, nigga, you can't tell that, from seeing the videos on YouTube, but in real life, bro, I'm the one who motivate people. I'm the one who make people laugh, and I'm the one who got a joke and make sure that people's days is better, man. Because nigga, I can't have nobody dragging me down, and I don't want to. And you know what I'm saying? And I don't like shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't like nobody to be down around me. So it's always been a gift that I always had, to make people smile and shit like that. And that's what I like to do. I love to smile. I love to laugh. I love to just have good times, man. Because when you're around too much of that negative bullshit, bro, that shit just change your whole demeanor. And
Exactly.
that I don't fucks with that. You know what I'm saying? That shit ain't lie to me. You know what I'm saying? It is really not. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much how I deal with it. I mean, if I just gotta talk about it, I'll talk about some shit. If I gotta have a conversation with myself, I'll do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think them some of the best conversations you can have out loud when ain't nobody around. You pissed off and you really just thinking about some shit, and you ain't answering yourself, of course, but just like, damn, like, nigga, sometimes you just gotta have that conversation with yourself to realize, nigga, am I tripping? Because you your harshest critic when
Exactly.
it's all said and done anyway. You know what I'm saying? So You got to realize, man, you really got to elaborate on it. Man, my transition, bro, this, I'll go ahead since D Love asked. Man, there was this bitch that was in charge of me. And I'm going to disrespect her like that because that's just what the fuck she was. This bitch was heinous. She was a heartless bitch. You know what I'm saying? And she made life hell for me. You know what I'm saying? 29 days for my ETS date. You know what I'm saying? Which is the day I'm supposed to get out of the military. They put me out. You know what I'm saying? 29 days.
Yeah.
I didn't get to do what they call ACAP, and that's like a year out. You're supposed to be able to transition. You're supposed to be able to be looking for a job, get your benefits, all of that little bullshit. And they was doing all kind of fuck shit. You know what I'm saying? In my unit, nobody was protecting me from the shit she was doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And because people had it out for me. It ain't that I ain't contribute to some of the things that I went to get on because I can take responsibility for the own shit that I caused. But she was in charge of my life, and like shit was just really, was being stressed out. I was on my way out. I was getting ready to have my first child. I had just got married. All kind of shit was just going on in my personal life that I just wasn't really ready for at that point in time. And nigga, like I was stressed. Like I remember I had to block this hoe from calling my phone. Like if I talked to her, if I saw her, like it was really a problem for me. It rubbed me the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? And I got a lot of resentment, what I'm saying, from a lot of the shit, a lot of the stress I can say I done had over the last, about 8, 9 years or so. It's been mostly military related because the shit that they say in them commercials, unless you serve, nigga, that shit, bro. It's mostly snitches, lame ass, super lame ass niggas, the niggas that get shit on and cheated on, like them the type of motherfuckers that be in the military and they be causing other motherfuckers' lives to be horrible. You know what I'm saying? And it really ain't a life for dudes who got class. You know what I'm saying? That really vibe and fuck with people, and if you stand for something, military ain't for you, females included. You know what I'm saying? And cause I done seen them shit on a fair share of women too. But that's where a lot of my grief because I think I got an anger problem. I know I be lashing, I be shit that I don't even think that's supposed to be like serious like that. I just think of some shit. You know what I'm saying? And it gets said the wrong way. If I just find myself like little shit be bothering me that didn't used to,
Yeah.
and I know where I get that shit from. My fuse is just so short, and I don't like that. I find myself lashing out on the wrong people, and that ain't right. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to correct it. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make sure that I stay who I know I can be. But sometimes other shit just it get the better of me sometimes. But you know, everybody got their things. They got their ways. They got to calm down. You know, and I just try to move forward the best way I can, man.
I got a question for you, man. Is there anything? Because I know usually when you chop it up, we talk about different things, either here and there.
Yeah.
That you don't necessarily have the best feel about the. I'm not saying let me rephrase that. Not say that you don't have the best feel, but your to me the way I perceive it that the military wasn't always the best experience for you. But was there anything that you would say that you benefited from by being in the military, just as far maybe a level of discipline or a way of thinking or a standard of operation or anything like that that you would say benefited you?
I'm gonna say the only thing I benefited from having was traveling, having a check on the first and the 15th. I was able to travel on a dime, which I was never able to do before. I had free health care, you know what I'm saying, and shit like that was taken care of, so I ain't had them worries. I had a SGLI, so that's a life insurance policy. If I would have died, whoever I put on the damn insurance policy would have got up to $400,000, $500,000 in the event if I would have died. So shit like that was cool. But as far as what I learned, yeah, basic training, that was probably the best time I had in the military because they broke me down physically, to a place my body physically, never I, I never had that type of work ethic and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? To really be in the shape that I was supposed to be in. But people always was like, "Yeah, man, you do this, you do that, But I seen the benefits of being in boot camp and shit like that for 8 weeks, 8 9 weeks, and to be working hard. So the benefits of that, yeah, that was cool. But I was always wink at the end of the day, so my vibe as far as my mentality, I was always the same. I never changed that. So, that was probably the biggest benefit to me that these motherfuckers couldn't break me.
Yeah.
That I had to stay who I was, because motherfuckers was getting beside themselves and getting too disrespectful. And manhood is not accepted in the military. That is just not. So I seen racism, I done seen classism, I done seen favoritisms, too many fucking isms, that in real life I seen how weasels in the corporate world really work, and I realized that nigga motherfuckers in the military nigga will kill you at the drop of a hat. And I mean literally and figuratively.
Hmm.
You fuck with the wrong person, you gonna go.
Hmm.
Motherfuckers be getting killed at the gate. Motherfucker just got a bomb threat where I work at just happened about a week ago, and
Yeah.
I ain't know nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? Because motherfuckers be about that action, and they be so stressed out, and there be so much shit going on, and dudes be having their hands in other people's careers that's not in their hands. That's not a cool. That's not a cool feeling to know that regardless of what you do, regardless of how you move and how respectful you are, somebody else can always be like, "Fuck all that shit. We want this nigga out of here," and it will be as so, and that shit really fucked with me, and it was kind of hard for me to recover from that because I felt like the day I got out, I felt like I was a person getting out on motherfucking bed. Like I felt like I got out the penitentiary.
Yeah.
That's how I felt the day I got out, and I never looked back.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Um, that's interesting. Like I said, I know we have a few different folks who've been in the military, various branches and things like that here in the den. So it's very interesting to hear different perspectives on that. Okay. I don't know. I don't think I have anything else to add. That anything else you got on your mind?
Nah, man. Anybody got something going on, man? Talk to whoever you gotta talk to. Deal with it however you gotta deal with it. Just make sure that you right. You know what I'm saying? And continue on with your day and try not to be stressed out about a motherfucking thing because you got too much to live for.
Yeah, I agree. And man, you said something. You said something, man, that I believe is real important for a lot of people. But I think it does depend on the state of mind that you're currently in when you do it. You said having those conversations with yourself. Sometimes those can be the toughest conversations that you can have. And you got to be realistic when you have those conversations about your strengths, about your weaknesses, and truly address those issues. Because a lot of people, they may see the good, they may want to ignore what they know is real, and maybe one side of that conversation. But you got to really, and it's funny to talk about the dark place because I don't know, you familiar with a dude named David Goggins?
Yeah.
Okay, when he talks about that, and that's
No, I
something.
know. I don't think I ever heard of him.
Okay,
Oh, and D Love, I was a 25 Lima, so I was in Kemah.
he talks about that. He's the person that made me realize because about having those conversations. He talked about because he used to be like 300 pounds, and he went into the I think the Marines or whatever. What's that? Like I can't know, not the Special
Yeah.
Forces, but that Hell Week and stuff like that. I think he said he did Hell Week like 3 times.
Yeah,
And,
2 weeks in hell. Also, he was
yeah.
going for if he was going to 2 weeks in hell, he was going out for special forces.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think they said he ended up doing it like twice and some other shit. But he was just talking about a lot of that stuff, and he talked about a lot of things. But he was talking about having that conversation. And like I can say, I'll be honest with y'all. Sometimes, like when the den be over with, or late at night,
Yeah.
I be fucking with these little black. I come in and I sit in this bitch. I had all the, everything, all electronics off. I leave my phone upstairs, and I sit here. Sometimes I find a little funky black. Sometimes I just sit here for a designated amount of time, and I have those conversations. You gotta have those conversations. Like you can't ever get too far away from yourself. Life has a way of catching you up, and you get lost in life. You gotta have those conversations. Be real with yourself. So I definitely agree with you on that, man. You gotta do that.
Like life is serious, but it ain't that serious at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to take your life as seriously as you can, but don't take yourself too seriously. As stupid as it may sound, you can't let the little shit really overcome what's important and you drift off in the deep end, because when you go to that other side of the tracks, it ain't no turning back. You know what I'm saying? So, before you go out here and you make the wrong decision that's going to put you in a position where you looking at, a 8x8 sale, or, where whatever you believe in, you think your benefactor is finna send you to another place in the afterlife, or, however people choose to look at it, it's just some place you ain't gonna want to be.
Exactly.
And that's the fucked up part. That's the fucked up part about consequences. You gonna have to pay them if you make your mistake, and you ain't gonna want to do it, but you gotta go ahead and take that shit and take that on the chin and just take that hell, man, because ain't nobody oblivious to losses.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. That's a BET. That's a BET, man. Shit, you got anything else you want to add?
And shit, now everybody who appreciates the call, and I see everything y'all saying. I appreciate y'all listening. Y'all do y'all thing, man. That's all I gotta say.
Really make my week. I appreciate you calling in and sharing that with us, man. Sharing your story with us is very important.
Yeah, man, no problem.
All right, that's a BET. Man, hit me when you get a chance. I'm gonna get the Skype. I'm gonna hit y'all in the Skype because I know I've been absent out there in a little bit, but I wanted to hit y'all about something. So I'm gonna probably hit y'all in the morning or tomorrow.
Yeah, man. And I had to take a little mini vacation. I'm in the city, but I don't feel like I'm in the city.
Oh man, I feel you. No, I see that when I hit that comment the other day. I know Miss Week when she was like, "Hell no!" When I said I hit that comment, you was say looking like a sugar daddy on the prowl.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she was like, "Hell no!" I was like, "Oops, hold on, now. I ain't gonna say no more. Say less. I don't want no problem." Nah,
yeah, she had to go ahead and correct that one.
Already. Man, shout out to Week, man. That's a stand-up dude, man. Again, and hey, I appreciate you, man, and everything, like I say, that you've done for the sauce that you got going on, just being a stand-up dude, a solid representation of what it's supposed to be a man, man. So shout out to Wink, man.
Man, I appreciate that, man. That's good. That's good love to hear that from another stand-up dude herself, man. You ain't got no kids, but shit, you might as well be yours because you're doing everything to make sure that girl got common sense. She gonna have respect out here. We need more like you, bro. Because there's a bunch of bitch-ass niggas and a bunch of bitch-ass bitches out there.
Man, that made me think of old buddy. You ever see old buddy be telling old cake-ass nigga? That nigga be doing them the little things on YouTube. Let me tell you about yourself, old bitch-ass nigga. The little bald head nigga.
Yeah. Old bitch-ass nigga. Yeah, I know what you're talking about, man.
Well, that's the bet, man. Shout out to
Yeah, but I ain't gonna take up too much more time, man, bro. I'm gonna go ahead and get out because I got to tend the baby, All right. Y'all be cool.
That's a bet, man. Appreciate the call, man. All right.
Already.
Already. And that's what I say, man. It's good to hear, it's good to hear everybody's experience. Like I'm telling y'all, man, everybody got something they deal with on a particular level, man. And like I say, because folks, they may have a smile on their face, they may have, I've talked about wearing the mask. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes people wear the mask or whatever else it may be. You just never know. Now, I'm highly upset. Y'all think I'm finna bust it down for 1267? They don't get that good. This sound like socialism stripping. Goddamn, y'all doing me for the low. Goddamn, I can't get at least get a 50 cents on the dollar deal for some food stamps or something. I mean, goddamn, this is where we at these days. But nah, man, it is. It is. You just never know what people are dealing with. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you never know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? In the words of Miss Media, that price got to rise up. That's what need to happen. That price need to rise up. Goddamn it. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
What's up, Honcho? This is D-Love.
D-Love. What's the motherfucking deal, man? What's on your mind, D-Bro?
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and piggyback off of what Wink just said. By the way, shout out to Wink, and I appreciate you for taking the time to actually answer my question, man. But, I mean, he's right. Not a lot has changed, since he's been in the military, and it's really not easy. You know what I mean? I've been in my most darkest period in the military. Now, it's gotten better because I'm on my way out. You know what I mean? My contract ends March 18th of next year, but if you understand, I got a lot of terminal leave, so I might end up out earlier. I hope for the best, but what Wink was saying was absolutely right. I mean, there is no manhood in the military. When somebody outranks you, you have to hold your time regardless. And I feel like you have to hold your time regardless if they're right or wrong. You know what I mean? It's just anybody you try to step up, you try to show them that you're more than just the government property, because that's what they like to teach us, that we're government property. But you step out of the boundaries, you try to stand up for yourself, and you get UCMJ. They take your time, they take your money. I mean, it's like you can't stand up for yourself. And trust me, there are plenty of NCOs that are wrong. I mean, you got NCOs getting out the army left and right. I mean, they're human too, right? Because the army is predicated based on rank. If they outrank you, that's how you earn respect, your rank. You know what I mean? So you stand up to somebody that outrank you, even if you are right, even if they are in the room, then it's not going to work out in your favor. So I was asking Wink, did he claim anything on his benefits, for the VA? Whether it was depression and anxiety? Because I was trying to ask him if he claimed that, because I was sure like to know heading out of the military. And before I joined the military, Honcho, I never dealt with depression or anxiety like that. I never even had to, because I'm not the kind of dude that likes to open up my emotion and stuff like that to anybody. But being in the military, you go to this place called behavioral health. So they, before you go, they sit you on the computer, and then they have you take a questionnaire, and they're just going to ask you a lot of personal information about your health. Are you suicidal? Are you all that stuff? And then you go and speak with the provider. But I originally went because I've been dealing with sleep apnea and stuff like that. So it actually got a whole lot worse, because I've been dealing with it for 8 years now. But it gotten worse when I went to Kuwait and all that stuff like that. So, but I was also talking about dealing with daily military, daily activities and stuff like that, and the stress levels. And for Wink, look, man, it is just beyond me for someone to put you out of the military 29 days before you transition out. That is insane to me. All right? So yeah, it's never been easy. I never even thought about harming myself before I got into the military. So just dealing with people that outrank you, dealing with your superiors, your NCOs, it can be really difficult. It can be really stressful, right? But one of the most gratifying moments in the military for me, Honcho, was realizing that I wasn't alone, right? Because more and more of my coworkers started coming out, opening up to me and telling me that they was also dealing with the same thing. I work with somebody that has claimed that he was going to harm himself and all kinds of other crazy stuff. like that. And you know what I mean? I mean, they still made them come to the field with us. We do field exercises, and we go out to the field, and it's just like a simulation of what we would do in an actual combat event and stuff like that. And it is very stressful. Now, some of these field programs are designed to be like that, right? Because we can't expect to go to war and to be living a good life like that. So I understand the concept behind why they do it and stuff like that. But at the same time, we have people that kill themselves, right? While they in combat and stuff like that. So, like they say, the military is not for everybody, right? And it's really not for me. I never dealt with depression and anxiety on this level, right? So that's one of the reasons I was asking him, like, did he claim that? Because you can actually get paid for that stuff like that. You know what I mean? You go to the VA, you claim it, and it's part of a mental health thing like that. So one more thing I wanted to talk about is like dealing with it, because I thought like I asked advice from you. How would you look at it in a positive way? Because that's something that I've never been able to do. That's something I've never been able to master. So shout out to Wings for spilling his thoughts on that.
I got a question for you, D Love. Is there like a specific source or time that you could pinpoint as far as when you start having these thoughts, having these feelings? Did it just kind of start once you entered the military, or just is it something more recent? What is it that you would try to maybe say originated these thoughts?
Going into the military, like basic training, that was probably one of the greatest experience of my military career. It started off bad. They break you down like being said, but basic training was chill. At least we knew why the drill sergeants were doing what they were doing. Like they would say tearful stuff to you. They'd be hard on you. They'd yell at you and stuff like that. But we knew why they were doing it. We knew that it was just part of the transition into the military. Okay, so now I was actually living it. But now there would be moments where I would get sick of being treated like I was inferior, but like we knew the process behind it. And also there's a program called Airborne. They teach you how to jump out of planes, and you do it as a side job. You get paid more. That's why I also had a great time there. But it's when you get to your duty station, that's where you're gonna spend out the rest of your contract. And you asked me when these thoughts originated. It originated when I arrived at my duty station, and not necessarily when I arrived, but the thoughts came when it felt like that, when I felt like I was trapped and that I couldn't really, like there was nothing I can do. There was nothing I can do, to get through to my superiors. Because, when I make a mistake, it's like they don't take it into consideration. Even when I explain to them like what I was thinking, like why I did it, because if they give you a certain assignment, they can expect it to be done, right? But that was like I was new to it. I was new to the military. I would ask for help, and then they'll just tell me like to follow the instructions. I'm just trying to give you small examples. But those thoughts, I thought about, what I mean. So, 2017, the year 2017 is one of the, I can say, was the worst year in my life. Because it made me miss high school, and I went to a terrible high school. I'm not gonna lie to you. So, 2017, that's where that was like my darkest year. That's where I can say that most of the thoughts that I was dealing with came. And then, we went to Kuwait, and it got better in Kuwait because we started to relax a lot more. It wasn't as tense as it was, but I still hated it. I still hated my life. Right? And transitioning now, like I'm getting ready to get out now, and I still have people, superiors, trying to talk me into like extending my contract. And the only, it's like the only thing they see is benefits and money and stuff like that. Because like every soldier gets benefits and money. It's just whether or not they know how to manage it. But I mean, you would think that all the benefits and all the money I'm getting would, keep me satisfied and just give me the drive to put up with this BS. But I don't see why I should continue living a life that I can stand. So,
Well, you also said something about, a coworker opening up to you about, harming himself, and you kind of seemed like you briefly mentioned that, yourself. How far have you, has that been something that you have seriously entertained? Have you tried to attempt anything like that, or is it just a thought that you had?
and that's the worst part. Even if I thought that I want to one day I want to go to sleep and just not wake up the next morning. But like I said, 2017 was one of the darkest, and actually that was the first time in my life that I actually attempted something, if you will. So yeah, I have attempted to harm myself, and now that I think about it, I am very ashamed to say something like that.
No, you gotta be honest. There's no reason to feel ashamed. There's no reason to feel ashamed.
Right.
It's your story.
Like I said, see, this is kind of why I don't really like opening up about stuff like that. But yeah, man, that is the first time in my life that I actually attempted something, and it is painful to even think about it. Because I wouldn't recommend anybody. Like, I wouldn't condone anybody doing anything to harm themselves. I don't see why people should blame themselves for stuff that happened. But I beat myself up very often. Like, I often find myself beating myself up for making this decision. Because anything that happens, whenever something like stupid or negative happens, that even affects me and my entire team. Like, I always say to myself, I signed up for this shit, so it's whatever. But, yeah, I mean, like I say, it's almost over, and that's why I always ask Wayne, because he said he'd been in the military, and he said he hated it. So, but also let me know that I'm not the only one that feel this way. Cause, see, looking at my coworkers, they handle it differently than I do. So, just arriving there and dealing with stuff, I'm thinking, they living it. They're living their best life, and I'm just, like Frank said, he did mention that he's modeling and stuff like that. So does my coworkers. But they be in behavioral health as well, and they be stressed out as well.
Well, I'll tell you this, D-Love, and even though you say you may have attempted, you may feel embarrassed or anything like that, you say that you have plans and goals that you want to pursue and achieve when you get out. Hey, overcoming that is just another obstacle. And, you just, maintain, like you said, you don't have too much more left. And hey, don't feel ashamed about anything. Just notice the growth, notice the progress, and just build off of that, man. Use that as a point. Maybe it was a low point for you or whatever it is. And, you can use that as a gauge when you move forward, when you go on, and you go on to great things in life, because I believe you will. Just know that, you've been there. That's a story that you can be there. Just like you say, you turn the wink and you ask him questions. There'll be somebody who may be going through a similar situation, and you will be that pillar of strength. You'll be that voice for them to help them understand, to help them get through, to help them, continue on their life's journey. So there's nothing to be ashamed of, man. It's nothing to beat yourself up over. It's nothing to, feel any particular way about it. It's just how you felt at the moment. Fortunately, it wasn't a successful attempt, and you're here now. Like I say, you count down the days, man. And like I say, I appreciate it, because like I say, I enjoy having you call into the den, to the sauce and things like that. And that's trivial stuff, but it's about you. It's about your family. It's about all the things that you have to look forward to in life. So, when when you feel down, and I know you say you had trouble looking at, turning it into a positive and stuff like that. You just got to weigh all the goods, even if it's the smallest things that you can find to be good. It could be just that, hey, waking up, having that breath. It could be waking up, feeling the sunshine on your skin, whatever it may be. The smallest things, you have to find a level of gratitude for. And when you can find gratitude for all the small things, you'll start to easily find gratitude for the more major things. So, just start with the small stuff, and trust me, it'll build up and it'll gradually grow. And I think, eventually your mentality will change. Like you said, you don't have too much longer. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I appreciate the advice, Honcho.
All right, D-Love, man, I appreciate you calling in and sharing your story with us, man.
All right.
All right. Shout out to D-Love, man. Again, like I say, you never know what anybody is dealing with. You never know what anybody is going through. You never know what that mask, and even when you mention his coworkers and how they're dealing with it differently, you never know. You don't. They may be dealing with it the same way. They just may put on that mask and in public, in front of people. Society has a way of making people act a certain way, So it is what it is. Don't look. The Marcus. The Marquis. Don't go over there acting like female simp. You're eating tortilla chips with her ass. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening?
Hey, it's Belle. How you doing?
Miss Bell, how are you this evening?
Good. What's tonight's topic? I kind of didn't see it.
It's supposed to be, excuse me, escaping the dark place. So, if you've had, dark times or things that you've had to deal with that may have put you in a bad place, just kind of sharing the stories to help people, even if you're still dealing with it, but try to, to help people understand and maybe, help others, get out of that type of situation.
Okay. Couple things. One, shout out to D-Love. My husband was a vet, so I dealt with the VA and a lot of the things after the fact, and he went through a lot of personal issues from being in the military. And it's just been a month since I lost my husband. So it's not that I'm in a dark place. This is what I call the year of the firsts. It's the first 4th of July. It'll be the first Labor Day. It'll be the first a lot of things. This is the first summer without him. So everybody's asked me how I'm doing because I'm in this grieving process. So I think it's pretty appropriate for me to call in tonight on this particular thing. And my kids are almost grown. My husband's passed. I'm in my 50s. Where do I go with my life? It leaves a person untethered. And so sometimes it can leave you a little depressed and a little down, and sometimes a little dark. But ultimately, for me, my faith is going to bring me through to whatever I need to be. I'm here for whatever purpose I'm here for. But one of the things that I see is that it's not always easy to be able to navigate it, except knowing that there's always a light at the end of the tunnel for me. And I hope D-Love gets the help that he needs, and he documents everything, and he does everything he needs to, because he seems like a really great young man. And this den has been a family to me through some of the things that I've been going through. And he's not the first military person that I've heard about having stories that it just didn't work for them. And one of the things that you got to say is sometimes it's not worth the money, but you need to have your sanity at the end of the day. Guess I'm a little all over the place today. This would be my version of being Bretto rather than being drunk. It's being straight. Because seriously, when somebody's hurting, it just bothers me that somebody else is in pain like that, and that I'd like to help, and there's not much I can do other than just be here. Second of all, I think I'm doing pretty well with the dark spot. One of the things that we were talking about earlier today. We were talking about suicide, and we were talking about taking lives and different things. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. One of the things that people don't always recognize as a real obvious is that drug addiction is basically slow suicide, whether it's alcohol or actual drugs of any caliber. You know, the one thing that we're guaranteed in life is birth and death. From the time that we start living, our bodies start dying. That's just factual. The quality of life that we live on this earth is by our choice and how we live it. Some days are better than others for every one of us. But what I try to do is knowing that tomorrow's going to be a little bit better. Sometimes it is and sometimes it's not. But the point is that for me, I know that there's going to be some sort of adventure, and that's what gets me through. People have to find something that's going to get them through. And for that, that's all individual. And really wasn't organized with tonight's thoughts, but it was just wanting to reach out to D-Love. And the girls and I are kind of auctioning you off a little bit. We haven't really figured out what's going on with that, but we're trying to raise some money for the den.
Well, I don't know what's going on. I saw somebody want a discount on $12 and...
I won't tell you who that is because you'll have to go back through the feed for that. But the girls we're trying to help you out and do something for you. But you know, as far as indecent, you're young enough to be my son or little brother, so I'm not okay with that. But you know, as far as helping the den out, yeah, that works. So I'll let the other ones deal for whatever they're doing. But you know, it's always a good cause.
Well, I appreciate that, Ms. Bell. And, you know, I can count on you to not let them get too out of hand with some of these requests and some of this ridiculousness, because I know you will keep it decent.
I mean no disrespect, but you are baby food. I mean, you're young enough to be my son, so I don't... It's just not kosher for me. But you're a good guy.
Baby, I have not heard the baby term since... well, Miss Grace made a reference a little bit earlier that I was like a little boy, but since college.
Okay, you got to remember there's about 15 to 20 years between us, so I'm actually almost old enough to be your mom.
Hey, look, hey, you know, it wouldn't be the first time. Hey, look now, you know, hey, I had my let me stop. But
like I said, I don't do baby food, and you're hooked up. It's all good.
Really?
And I'm not a hot mess like you're wanting to be.
What? Hey, you know, ain't nothing wrong with that sometimes, you know. Sometimes you just got to let it go. Nah, but I do appreciate
That's why we're auctioning you off, so we can make some money for your den.
Yeah, I'm going to have to figure out some type of air circulation improvement in here. I'm over here a little toasty. But no, I definitely appreciate all the ladies of the den. I appreciate all the fellas in the den, too.
Hey, the girls, I got to say, the girls got your back. We might aggravate you, we might tease you, but, you know, we got your back. And that's another thing about the den that's great. You give us a voice when we need one. You know, you let us talk about things that should be talked about. It may not always be politically correct. It may not always be friggin' right. But you give us the platform to be able to say, hey, you know, what's going on here?
Yeah.
You know, and being politically correct isn't always fucking fun either.
Yeah, that's right.
So, but anyway, that's my spiel for tonight. Just wanted to send that out, and I'm going back to the boards.
All right. Well, thank you, Ms. Bell. I appreciate you calling in, and I'm sure D-Love appreciates it also.
All right.
Night. Night. I done been a baby twice in a day. I ain't heard this since freshman year of college. You know, you trying to shoot at somebody. Oh, you just a baby. I got a baby dick for you. Let me stop. That's a whole other conversation. We gonna keep it. We gonna keep it. We gonna keep it above the board this evening. Just bringing back old memories. But you know, I think it is. That's what I do enjoy about the den. Like I say, so many people have so many stories. So many people have different things going on, and you know, depending on the topic, you may not realize what people are dealing with. If it's a different topic, you know, sometimes it may be more adult in nature, and you know, that's a way for people to vent and get their their thoughts off. And then sometimes we do get, like I say, a little bit more serious. It may be maybe more political, or maybe whatever it may be. And again, the difference in perspectives is important, whether we agree, whether we disagree. or whatever it is, whatever it may be to for that night, what's suitable for that evening. So I definitely agree. I definitely agree. So, you know, it is what it is. But I appreciate all of y'all. I do. Even when y'all be on some tomfoolery. Well, what's a what's a female equivalent name for Tom? So I can figure out some type of female foolery instead of tomfoolery. I got to come up with some of this stuff that the ladies be on. I hear you. I hear you, Miss Meat. I hear what you're saying. Tomfoolery. Some of that tomfoolery. Yes. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening? Hello.
What's up, Honcho? This is Jaden.
Okay, Professor Trio. What's the motherfucking deal? what's on your mind? What's going down? Well, I don't know. You might be Jay Dizzle this evening. I don't know if you're in Professor mode or if you're in Jay Dizzle mode.
Man, god damn, y'all motherfuckers got me in here looking at my USB charger cable funny and shit the way y'all talking. Fuck. I figured I'd call in with some good news, man. Y'all depressing the fuck out of niggas. Shit.
What's on your mind there, Professor Trio?
But then again, I appreciate y'all going through what y'all going through, because the way I look at shit, you know, somebody got to lose for somebody else to win, and I'm winning as of late. So I'm in a real good mood and good space. I'm not in a dark place. I'm in a real, well, to be completely, literally honest with you, it's dark as fuck in here, but I'm in a good space. And I hope that y'all find y'all way too. Sometimes it just takes a little patience and hard work and a little mental strength. And as far as Wink go, I guess I'm crazy because when I talk to myself, I answer back, goddamn. I ain't gonna let me have the last word neither. That nigga got to know I'm not to be trifled with, goddamn. So if I argue with myself, y'all motherfuckers ain't ready for me at all.
Yeah, that's tough.
How I feel about it. Nah, but I get it, and man, I'll tell you something. I don't have the right mind frame to be a military person. I just don't. So salute to y'all. That's why I give people that's in the military the biggest props, because I couldn't do it. Like some of the shit that y'all do, because I got this fucking mind state that just following. Oh, this nigga, fuck you. That bitch ass nigga shot at me. I'm not taking none of you hoes prisoner. I'm killing everybody. Anybody that pointed a gun my way and even thought about shooting a nigga, you got to go. You know, so just, nah, my ass would have been in the brig on the outside of the stub, scrubbing fucking barnacles off. They would have had me doing some fuck shit. They ain't finna have me in the fight, because, yeah, everybody got to go. If you ain't wearing what I'm wearing, my nigga, it's a wrap. Ain't no prisoner.
Yeah, I think I had that same, especially at that age, right around the age where most people were joining the military. I definitely was was much more independent minded.
Yeah, because that shit is real, bro. Like, motherfuckers is really losing their lives over there next to a motherfucker getting blown to bits and shit. Like, how you survive and come back to a regular society from that? I don't see how the fuck somebody could just really transition from that.
Yeah.
I don't think I could do it. It would take me a shit ton of counseling.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't be able to forget none of that shit.
Do you think that,
so
that the military people get enough respect when they come back?
Fuck no. Not even close. Not even close, because it's just... And what kills me sometimes is people forget, or they don't really think about what they really over there doing. Like, they really over there taking other people's lives because of decisions that these motherfuckers on this panel made about these motherfuckers in this whole other country's panel, and them motherfuckers can't get along. So now you got to go over there and kill up some of their people while they kill up some of yours. Come on, man. There's got to be a better way than that. There's got to be. All these grown ass motherfuckers, and you can't figure this shit out no other way. And I understand sometimes there's no talking to some people. But I mean, shit, if you the one talking to them, you need to be the one fighting that fight. It's just my opinion.
I used to think that was young. When I was young, I used to be like, why don't we elect the toughest motherfuckers up here? And that's how you settle disputes between countries. You know, your presidents go to war, y'all get in the ring, or however y'all want to settle it in some hand-to-hand combat.
Oh, like on what the fuck was Troy? That's how they used to set a fight.
Man.
The best fighter from
Troy.
each army would fight.
Yeah.
Achilles was that nigga, man.
Man, what? I used to love Troy, man. It was a long ass movie, but that shit was a good movie. Then he pulled up, he laid up with some hoes and shit. He ain't even in the battlefield. And they come over there, be in there about 30 seconds, half a minute or so, and then you slide on out. Just shit. He ain't even fuck with old
Yeah, this big ass motherfucker. This dude, that nigga was damn near 7 feet tall, muscular than a motherfucker. Achilles just trotted up to that nigga with that little bitty knife. And they was like, hey, that big nigga like, I'm finna fuck this little nigga up. Motherfucker jumped up, stabbed him by his neck, turned around, and walked his ass back to some pussy. I'm like, now that's gangster right there. Like, come on, man. He ain't even sweating that big ass nigga.
Man, that scene what was it? Where he drug old buddy? That was some gangster shit. When I think I forgot who it was. He had killed somebody, and they drug him up to like the castle walls or whatever. Cause I don't know if it was old buddy, like little brother or something. I forgot. It's been a minute since I've seen the movie, but I remember he like pulled up and he called somebody out, and ended up getting the brakes beat off of him or whatever. He was like, "Nah, don't go do it. Don't do it. Don't do that." And then he did it. So yeah, but Troy was
my favorite part of the movie was when the motherfuckers rode up on that horse, and he was standing there on the beach, and them motherfuckers was galloping their ass off. This motherfucker took that one spear and just yanked that bitch. Took that dude clean off the horse. The other two niggas slowed up real quick. And then they came to a complete stop like, he hit that nigga from that far? Nah, we gonna slow our roll a little bit. Let's wait till everybody else get up here. Man, that shit was funny as motherfucker. I like shit like that because you can just see like the nigga instincts of people take over. I think it's funny.
Yeah, that was a live little movie. I need to watch it. That's been a minute. Like I said, that's how I am though. When I catch a good movie that's good, I don't be watching a whole lot of shit, but if it's a movie I like, I'll watch that bitch a few times. Just randomly.
Yeah, absolutely. Because a lot of movies nowadays, they just remake old shit. It's like motherfuckers don't have no new ideas. Like all the possibilities in the world, any fucking situation or story that you could think of, and motherfuckers ain't got no creativity. Like what happened to creativity? Where the fuck did it go?
Man. Motherfuckers you know what? I think creativity still excuse me, goddamn burping shit, still exists. But I think now, especially with Hollywood and everything that's going on, how much of a business it is with all these new technologies and shit like that, like people don't want to take the risk that's associated with creativity. They just want to use big names and shit that they know people are going to go watch because it's got a superhero character in it or
got a track
something.
record.
Yeah, so they just going to remake something or we just going to redo this, and that's really all it is. So I don't think that, I think that there's still a lot of creative people out there. You just got to kind of go find some of these independent platforms, or even if it's something different, they may not have the funding behind, special effects or whatever it may be. But I think those things are getting, I won't say cheaper, but more affordable. So I think there's a lot of creativity out there. Man, it's a little thing on, I don't know if you ever seen it, if you fuck with Netflix, it's called Death, Love, and Robots, I think that's what it's called. But and it's got a little bit of it's basically like a bunch of little stories. It's all digital shit, and they're short stories, maybe 10-15 minutes if that much. But the stories are pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Like not all of them. Some of them are kind of like but they just tell like a little story in a short.
You be watching some weird ass shit.
Man,
God damn.
I'm telling you, the reason who was it? Jared put me on it. Jared Key told me to check it out. I was like, okay, let me see. And I watched the first one. And the first one was like, oh, okay, I can fuck with that. And then so like, let me check it out. And I thought it was gonna be like a series or something, but it's all different stories, so they're not really related. So the artwork is different, and some of it is CGI shit, some of it is just like hand drawn shit. But the little stories are actually creative energy. I like that. I like that technology shit that has to do with futuristic shit or a little mind fuckery type shit. I like that kind of stuff. I get bored seeing the same old all the time. So I think
I guess
recommend.
weird recognized weird, huh?
Yes. I like strange stuff. But yeah. Oh, and
Now, how the hell you like technology and you can't even get the den line to act right all the time? What the fuck,
man, see, look,
Honcho?
now that's beyond. It's above me now. Okay, that's above me now. When it comes to the deadline, it's
You be
above.
rolling in niggas and shit on the daily.
Hey, the players fuck up, man. It happens.
Oh yeah, and I need to put out a APB on prepaid Michael.
Mm.
Mr. Michael has took it upon himself to leave me a spicy little message on my voicemail since I was unable to answer because I was busy at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I tried to reach the young Michael back, and he has yet to return my phone call. So I'm putting out an APB on him.
Oh, okay.
So if anyone has seen or heard from Michael, please tell him to contact Mr. Trill.
Okay, we'll do. We will. I will pass that along. Professor Trill is searching for prepaid Michael. If anyone has seen prepaid Michael, please relay the message. I'm glad that, Coach. A couple of things going on as I look over in this chat. They are now auctioning you off, Professor Trill.
The fuck?
Yeah, I think but you're doing better than me. I think I got up to about $12.42 or some shit. I think they got you up at.
They probably auctioned me off for me to shut the fuck up. That's probably what it is. Goddamn. Let's just auction that off because I'm sure that'll bring some goddamn money. Auction off to enough money to shut me the fuck up. How about that?
But you doing better than me. I think they up at 50 something somewhere. I don't know where it was. I have to go back in the chat and see. But yeah, man. And I agree, Coach, that Achilles would have to be a frog. He'd have to have some of that. He'd have to have some spring because he was bobbing and weaving a bit. You know what I'm saying? So especially after after he just had a threesome because he was laid up with two chicks when they sent the little nigga to go fight him. So he definitely had some. I don't know if a nigga would have that kind of energy to go fight. Wake up fresh out of bed and go fight. You just had your little.
I don't know.
That's tough. That's some other stuff. But that's
they don't make motherfuckers like that no more. They don't make motherfuckers like that no more. Women back in the day, you give them some good dick, they get up and make you a sandwich. Can't get these motherfuckers. They can't even walk now. They be wanting to lean against the fucking wall in the hallway, headed out the front door. What kind of shit is that? Oh.
Okay.
Get so bad I had to take all my shit off the wall on one side just so she can leave. Ain't that a bitch?
How is the new truck? I know you said you was switching up to a new truck. You was on the year. So how's the new vehicle working out for you?
This motherfucker is lovely. The only thing that's really weird is this fucking transmission. I ain't used to this automatic shit. I'm used to having a stick shift.
Okay.
But this motherfucker got leather. This motherfucker is loaded.
Oh, what? On the leather?
It even got this feature, which is on right now, to where I can have it set up to a certain temperature in here, and it'll run. The truck will run until it cools down to a certain temperature, then the truck will shut off by itself. And then once it gets up to like 5 degrees above that temperature, the truck will automatically turn itself back on and cool the cabin off again, all while I'm sleeping.
Wow.
Save me fuel. That's gravy.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Okay. See, that's that futuristic technology. See, y'all ahead of the game, man.
Yeah. I had to learn all these fucking new buttons in this bitch. I'm like, man, I don't know what half this shit do. So I've been reading this manual for the past 48 hours, trying to figure this shit out. Then I watched a few YouTube videos and explained that shit in like 20 minutes. I was mad. Like, I should have just watched damn YouTube.
That's tough. YouTube is a blessing and a curse sometimes. 335 say you stepping out the cab like Spice Adams talking about
Say what?
Yo, buddy, they be like with that little laugh. Yeah. That motherfucker.
Man, hell no.
That motherfucker, that's funny. That shit there is funny as shit. Okay. Well, I think this is actually a good idea. We've had a few very deep calls and some people sharing some things. I think it was a good idea to lighten it up before.
Yeah, I felt like I need to lighten up a little bit. It was getting a little too dark.
Yeah.
I had to turn the lights on or something.
Okay.
Make a few people chuckle. That's what it's all about. But I really do feel Wink because I'm the same way. Like most people think that I got an attitude, which I do, but most of the time I just be chilling. I'm cooling. I don't be wanting to show that side of me, man, because I don't really like that side of me, the side with the temper and shit. Get all crazy, wanting to choke a nigga out and shit. Like I don't wake up in the morning wanting to choke a nigga out or get into a fight or get into some gunplay with somebody. Like, nah, man, I just want to get through the day, man. Accomplish what I feel like accomplishing, and then taking it to the crib, enjoying my time on this planet while I still got it.
Yeah, I agree. But sometimes, man, look, because especially if you're a person that's, slow to anger, and when you get to that point, it is tough to get back from that point. And you going on doing other regular shit, but you still feeling a kind of way because you got that lingering energy. Somebody else might get caught, and it ain't even their fault. They just caught you at the wrong time and shit. So I agree with you, man. It is. I try not to get on that, get riled up and shit like that.
Yeah, and I've been real fortunate, man. I'm blessed like a motherfucker because, like, whenever I get into the dark spaces, I could always call my T. Jones and talk to her, and she always get me back right.
Yeah.
And sometimes it don't even take much for her to say, and then I just be like, you know what, that make a lot of sense. You know what I'm saying? But I'm really dreading the day, and I know a lot of people that don't have their parents tell me a lot. You know what I'm saying? Just appreciate them while they're here, and I do, because I know it. God willing, whenever that happens, man, I don't know if I'll be the same dude after that. I really don't.
Yeah, that's tough. That's definitely, especially.
I'm not looking forward to that shit at all because I ain't gonna have nobody I could talk to get out of my dark place. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Man, so you got to remember those lessons. You got to remember all those conversations, and you make sure you take those to heart. That's definitely something, especially as you get older as an adult, and you realize certain things. I mean, it's inevitable. Ain't nobody living forever, and every now and then you just kind of you do have those thoughts. Well, what happens when, like I say, my pops, he's still alive too, but I don't just fuck with him like this. I don't even think it would be a thing with that situation. But even though we've had conversations, we've made amends and stuff like that. I don't even really see myself getting too upset about that. But my mom, that's a different deal. I talk to my mom every few days or so. Just check in, how you doing, what's going on, just to see what's up. You know what I mean? So it's like that. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely understand where you're coming from with that. That's a tough situation. I don't think anybody looks forward to that. That's tough. That's real tough. I mean, shit. I don't even know.
Because my mama is the voice of my conscience. Like when I'm making decisions or when I'm into a situation, it's her voice that comes into my head and tells me something like, "Nah, I know you know better than that." And I be like, you know what? You sure right. And I'll just be asking people like, who is the voice of your conscience? And I'll be so surprised that people don't have nobody. Like they just really don't have nobody as the voice of their conscience. Like I could just when shit happens to me, I just hear my mama's voice telling me shit. And it's always there. And no, motherfuckers, I don't be hearing voices. Because I know somebody going to start some crazy shit to chat, goddamn.
You know it.
But sometimes I find out I'm other people's voices. Like my little brother, shit, the one time he made a good decision, I was the voice of his conscience.
The one time.
The one fucking time. And I'm like, where that nigga at all the other times, bro? He be like, man, I don't know, man. I don't even know what to say. I knew you was going to say that.
That nigga be there. He just don't want to. He don't want to hear it. That's what that is.
He was like, man, I could just hear my brother telling me to do this, over and over again. Don't be stupid, little dumbass nigga. And I said, yeah, that do sound like me. Verbatim.
Man, y'all, everybody who fuck with Salt Sports, man, I sent Trill some very pertinent information regarding a specific Houston Texan.
Oh, this
and this man, He shot it down. He shot it down so quick. He ain't even want to hear it, man. I'm
Come
telling
on,
you.
man.
No, that was.
I done spoke my piece, man. I'm not talking about LM no more, man. I'm done with LM, man. I've been done with that part.
Man, I'm trying to tell you, man. I'm trying to tell you. Look, this was important. This was game changing information. This is insightful. You know, as far as the future of the Houston Texans. That man was not trying to hear me,
Fuck
man.
them yards, man.
That's funny. That's funny, man. Okay. So what part of the world you in now,
I'm
man?
watching the ran them same amount of yards trying to get away from a motherfucking sack, too, I bet,
Oh, shit.
goddamn.
I wish they would, man. I wish somebody would calculate how many yards Deshaun has ran avoiding. I mean, behind the line of scrimmage, avoiding.
That is a good question.
That you probably add another. You probably add another solid, like no bullshit. You probably could add another solid 450. Like I really
God
believe.
damn.
I feel like it's just
I don't know if it's that much.
that nigga be
Goddamn,
all over.
Honcho.
Let me see, 16 games, right? We got 16 games, right? I would say, let me see, 30. I'd almost say damn near 30 yards a game. Let me see.
You know what? That 30 times 16. What?
Is that about 480? What is that? Is that 480?
Yeah, it's up there.
Yeah.
Shit.
Okay. We just said Nacho was saying that if you ever you want to chop it up, he was saying that if you're on the phone, you want to chop it up about something. I'm not sure exactly what it is. He's saying you could chop it up with him.
Who?
A particular conversation Nacho's live stream, but I'm not sure exactly. We gotta go back in the chat and see which one he's talking about. Yeah, y'all in here thinking y'all in here thinking y'all all female pimp trying to sell men and shit. I don't know what's going on. This ain't no what's they call that shit? Them bachelor auctions and shit. You go on a date and you be buying and shit. I don't know what y'all been drinking and stuff. What do y'all drink? Who is drinking what tonight? I need to know because I think some alcohol is definitely influencing.
Female pimp. That motherfucker. She be on some other shit. I don't know what be going on in her head, man. She the kind of person I like to talk to just because I find her perspective real interesting.
I'm caught in between. Is it trolling or is it real? So I'm in I think it's a little real, a little bit troll. I don't know.
I know. I mean, if she trolling, she does it well because sometimes it be like, damn, like really. Who raised you? Who made you like that? Like, what is you on?
Yeah, whatever strain that is you smoking, I don't want. You know what I'm saying? I don't want. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's a BET. Okay.
And what the fuck is this slavery shit y'all trying to bring back? Y'all auctioning niggas off, man? What the fuck? I bet you I ain't auctioning no white boys off in the chat. Goddamn. Auctioning niggas. Fuck.
Yeah.
Let me find out.
That's what I say. This is racism. This is the racism right here. That's what you
Yeah. Yeah.
I knew it was in y'all. Okay. But what part of the country you in this evening, Professor Trill?
Say what?
What part of the country you in this evening?
Oh man, I'm just a little south of Texarkana.
Okay.
I'll be headed to Houston tomorrow to deliver my first load with this new truck, and then I'm headed to the crib. I'll probably be there for about 4 or 5 days, and then I'm gonna hit it real hard when I come back on.
Okay.
Probably for about a good 2-3 months straight.
Okay. Oh damn. Okay. That's a BET. All right. Well, ladies, look, y'all gonna have to up the ante if y'all trying to charge up on the free. See, that's a hard working man right there. You know, look, y'all gonna have to double up, triple up on the prices.
Yeah, always. Gotta get it.
Okay.
But anyway, I'm gonna let somebody else call in case they wanna spill their sauce.
Okay. Well, that's a bit, man. Professor Trill, I appreciate you calling in and lighting up the mood, man.
All right, Honcho.
All right, good. I think we're gonna probably hold it on that note. I think that'll be the last call of the evening. I think we can end this one on a good note. We can hit the 2-hour mark, and so I'm gonna get ready to wind it down here. It is the weekend. Quick poll, right? Quick poll. Do y'all want some mixer action? Yes or no? 0 for no, 1 for yes. I don't know if the mixer crew is in here tonight, so I might give y'all an hour or two to see what it do. Y'all let me know how you feel, and then we'll go from there. You know what I'm saying? We'll go from there. Okay. All right. See a few folks say yeah on the Mixer action. The Mixer is a is like a different platform. It's mainly like gaming and stuff. But we just sit there, chop it up. We talk bad about everybody who didn't show up in the den tonight, or whoever was talking crazy. So we just talk bad about everybody. Everybody who ain't show up, we gonna talk about y'all. Like, did you see the crazy shit that motherfucker said? So there's all people don't know about the field. They're like, yeah, what game is you playing? Okay. Yeah. I think I be joking. I be talking about you. I be talking about it. Whoever don't show up, I gotta see let me see who in the Mixer chat. Okay. Oh, they ain't in there. Okay, we gonna talk about y'all. Yeah. So we that's the Mixer action. We just I put the link in here for y'all. All right, we'll get a little bit of Mixer action. I probably won't go too late. But yeah, I'm just spending a little time, chop it up for a little bit. Teach y'all with the salt. Let's see. Let me see. Do I get the link here? Do I have it? Yeah. Okay, I gotta do it manually. Well, gosh darn. Let me see. Nah, man, it's not too early. The thing is, like I say, I gotta, cause I'm sweating and shit. I've been going past, but like I said, I gotta stick to the 2-hour mark. That's just best overall for content creation again and things of that nature, and just keeping a solid schedule. This week I went over a few, had a couple of longer dens. I know I had, like I said, I redid the early morning one, but I got to get back to sticking right around the 2-hour mark. So it's taking the last call, within the 2-hour mark, and then after that, got to wind it down and shut it down. But I know that you definitely missed some. There you go. I was looking for DeMarque earlier when Jair came through. Let me see. Put the link wrong. Well, I guess if I spell it right, it would help. Motherfucker be going to somebody else stream like, who is this? This nigga don't sound like Honcho. A hot date. Shit, the garage is a hot date. It's hard to put this motherfucker. You can do the app, or you can do you can do it from, like, if you're on a computer, you can do it. You can watch it from a website, like the website. But you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you have a variety, but it's basically games. I don't know if I'm gonna fuck with that Hitman or if I'm gonna fuck with that Assassin. See, the thing about Assassin's Creed is it's so much going on. Like, I could be on that bitch for an hour or two and not do anything related to advancing in the game. I'm running around doing all them whole ass side missions. Hitman, I just be on that bitch fucking up, but it's fun to fuck up because I have no stealth capabilities whatsoever. So, I would, Kenneth, but I'm gonna leave you to playing Madden, so you can hopefully you can try to get you some skills, develop your talent from watching virtual football players, because you gotta work on that footwork, young fella. Dead by Day. Oh, it's been a long time since I played Dead, but I wonder if that bitch is dead for real. I wonder if it's been a long time. I bought I think Michael Myers or somebody, and I ain't played since. But with Dead by Daylight, if I get to playing on that bitch, y'all know I be fully concentrated on the game. I don't be talking because I be trying to kill motherfuckers. I don't ever play as a survivor. I gotta play as the killer. I can only be the killer. But it's been a long time since I fucked with Dead by Daylight. I'm gonna have to see if it's still active. I might get on Dead by Daylight. It's been a minute since I played that bitch. I used to get into that bitch. I used to get into Dead by Daylight for real. I mean, you're gonna die, motherfucking bitch. I'm a killer. I used to be in that bitch for real. But here's the deal. What time is it right now? 12:20 my time. All right, say about 12:30. Take a little break. I'm gonna grab me a little refresher, give me some water and some stuff like that. About 12:30, I'll be on the Mixer. So the link is up there, mixer.com/HonchoSaucy. I'm gonna do this thing here manually, and then. But shout out to Bredo though, man. Everybody was surprised the other night when we called Bredo and brother was extremely calm. You know what I'm saying? Extremely calm. Oh man, hey, we're gonna work with the left hand, man. Real quick, get in and out. But let's see. Yeah, everybody was like, I don't know. I don't like calm, brother. I like excited, but everybody was like disappointed. Some people was cool, some people was disappointed. That shit was funny as hell, though. They was like, what? All right, Miss Bell, appreciate it. Kenneth, make your own goddamn outro music. But let's see what we got here. Let's see. Hey, if you want to follow my own personal social medias, you can go to @HonchoHTX on Instagram and Twitter if you want to follow there. If you enjoyed the content, man, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you want to help the den grow, man, be sure to share this with your friends, which I might not, some of y'all might not have friends cool enough for the den. So if they ain't cool, don't bring them. But if they cool, invite them to the den. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all available. Den Show Live at Gmail if you ever want to send an email. But make sure you like the Facebook page. That's greatly appreciated. 1 p.m. weekday afternoons, 1 p.m. Central Time, Monday through Friday. Live every night, 7 days a week at 10 p.m. Central Time. Make sure you go check out the podcast. Den Show Podcast will take you there, or you can listen on your favorite podcast service, except for Spotify. Them hoes hit me with the reject, but I guess I'm talking too crazy. I'll figure out what's up with them, see if I can resubmit or something with that. Get you some Den Show merch, denshowshop.com. Get you one of those fancy Den Show shirts. If you ever want to call the Den, whether we live, whether we not, you can call, leave a voicemail. If I'm available, we can chop it up. Send a text message. You got a news story, you can send a screenshot, funny meme, you can share pictures, whatever it may be. 833-284-3336. That is the Den line. If you want to make a one-time donation to the channel, you go to streamlabs.com/The Den Show. And again, everybody who showed some love, dropped some Benjamins in the Den, has been greatly appreciated. And shout out to the Patreon supporters. Oh, and Miss Sarah, I think what that is, the Patreon, not the Patreon, the Streamlabs monthly thing. I think that's for like the Streamlabs VIP type thing. Because I know Streamlabs has like an additional service where you can, because like I noticed when you donate, like it sends the gifts and stuff like that. I think that's for what that is. So you just joined the mixer? Okay. Well, if you just joined the mixer, give me a second. Like I say, it'll let you know when I get live on there. I'm not live yet, so I have to boot everything up, hook everything. Well, I don't have to hook everything up. It'll be a few minutes. So like after I get out the den, probably like 2 or 3 minutes after I get out of the den, then the mixer we'll get to tooting and booting. Patreon.com/The Den Show if you want to make a monthly pledge. You can go. Okay. You go to patreon.com/The Den Show. Yeah, look good. Yeah. Where y'all at? Y'all was throwing all that bidding and talking all that hot shit. Shout out to Stina Starry-Eye, James, Donald Trump, Dan the Man, Diana, Miss Betty Spaghetti, Miss Goya, and Miss Grace. I appreciate all of the patrons, but I appreciate everybody, man. I appreciate everybody who has been showing love. Shout out to just Sarah holding it down, getting them activated. And I appreciate all that. I know a couple more folks want to get some calls in, but like I said, that's going to be the new protocol. The last call will be taken within the 2-hour mark, and then after that we're going to start winding down because it's just that I got to stick to the script. Shout out. Shout out to Just Sarah. I appreciate it. Well, take it off. I'll send you a personal since you held it down. I'm gonna send you a personal beer gut picture. Take it off. I feel like a UGK video or some shit. Shout out to Just Sarah. Look, I can't give y'all the unfinished product. Look, everybody don't get it. Like I'm gonna have to shoot it straight to Just Sarah. She can get the flex. But I appreciate y'all. I really do. 20% only. Wow, that's what I'm telling you. See, pistachios ain't good enough. Now they trying to. Yeah, I'm gonna be out here looking like what Miss K Gray said earlier, slim thick. I'm gonna be looking like a slim thick Rick Ross. It ain't all good. But I appreciate y'all, and I'm gonna do something special for Miss Jess here. The rest of y'all, well, we'll see about that. But I'm gonna slide out of here. I'm gonna get booted up for the mixer, folks. And I appreciate all y'all. Sincerely, it is an honor. It is a privilege. It is a pleasure. I thank you all. For because again, and I know y'all were talking about this platform and me allowing y'all to talk, but it's not even about that. It's about all of us coming together and being able to be there for each other. Again, like I say, it's nights like this where we have the deeper conversation where I feel like everybody can relate, and then it's the other conversation where everybody might not relate, everybody might not agree, but those conversations lead to these conversations, and it's all a beautiful thing. But with that being said, I'm gonna slide out of here. I'm finna jack some folks for some pistachios and all that good stuff. I thank y'all. I appreciate y'all, and I'll catch y'all on the mixer shortly. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. That's there you go. That's your outro music, goddamn. I call it acapella. That's that live shit. Man, I appreciate y'all. I'll catch y'all on the mixer shortly. I'll post a link in there one more time for those of you who need it.